Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about 5 interesting activities for online classes. Without further delay, let's dive into the video. Always our class will be live only with the involvement of students. With no doubt the interaction of student teacher has to be there. But when you see the virtual class, we find that the interaction is very less and we can't find the proper place to conduct activity at all. So I am here with 5 interesting activities. I am with no doubt, I assure that these activities will help you all to have an interesting class. First activity is flashcard activity. That too, especially for primary children, you can conduct this activity. You can prepare flashcards for your concept as per as your subject you teach. You can prepare the flashcard and you can ask the student randomly. You call the name of the student, particular answer, they can view the flashcard and they can answer. So this is how you can conduct the flashcard activity in the virtual class. But when you ask them to talk without any intimation, or you just ask them to talk as such, you show the flashcard, everyone will start unmuting themselves and they try to talk to you. So to avoid that type of disturbance in the class, you can call them randomly in the class and you can ask them to unmute themselves and you can ask them to speak up. So this in that flashcard you can have a picture, you can have a multiple choice question you can write, you can give the option and you can show it as a quiz. You can even frame a riddle using the with the paragraph you have it in your subject. So you can prepare a flashcard and you can show it to the student and you can ask the student to identify the answer and talk. So this is one activity you can conduct in the virtual class easily. The second activity is you can plan some hard words or any value points of your lesson for the concept you teach. You type it in the slide and you share the screen through the student. Ask the students to see the words or the value point in the slide and ask them to search those words, the value points in the book they have. Or if you feel that the student have to write the same, you can ask them to write it in the notebook also. At time when we teach, we might have a confusion in our class. When the class is very quiet, we feel that whether the students are able to understand our concept or the topics what we thought. So this is some way to engage your students. Even you can use Padlet for this purpose if at all you want. I will also upload the video for Padlet very shortly. The next activity is you can ask them to speak about a topic. You can assign a topic to the student and you just tell them that this particular topic you have to talk. It might be of invariably any class you can give this activity. It is for primary, you tell them to talk about the letters, whatever, whether it can be or alphabet A or B. They have to tell about the letter, some lines. You just tell them at least one line they can speak about the picture or the topic. You can give it to them. So it is an involvement motivate the kid, because where the motivation is a factor which will not be there for in the virtual classroom. It is very difficult for the teacher to identify the kid and motivate them in these type of activities in a simple way helps you to interact with the kid as well as the kid to talk with you all. So this is how you can manage your activities in your classroom as per as your subject and requirements. The next activity is BOGGLE. Very interesting activity it is. You can make a table like this. You can draw a table like this as per as a column, number of columns and rows as per your requirements. I have just showed you an example here. You will just insert few letters and you have to only the table will be there in the slide and the student had to view the slide and they have to frame the words like this using the letters given. They show only the table which contains only the letters. The student has to form the words using this letter. You can start this activity from the upper kindergarten level. It is how you can involve the students. Even for the primary kids, you can see the words you can increase. Like any hard words, you can take it from the lesson. You can just give the letters, common letters you try to have. At least they let them find 10 words. We can engage the students, as these type of activities will help them to think more. This is what we call it as critical thinking for lower class children. So the next activity is you frame some questions, set of questions you frame in your PowerPoint, and share the PowerPoint to your children and ask them to read the question and write it in your slide, or even you can ask them to write it in the notebook. So whichever possible way you prefer, you can ask them to write. Once they finish that set of question answers, you can ask them to unmute themselves. Few kids will be very fast in completing their work, and few kids will be taking some time too. So who's completing first will be made to talk in the class today. Just tell to the class, definitely the students will complete the work, and one student who is coming first, you ask them to read out the answers. If there is a wrong answer, you just pass the question to the next student. Like that you can continue till you get the correct answer for that particular set of question. Once this session is completed, you tell them the same will be continued to the next classes. You try to see that all the students are getting the chance for interacting with you. So that is very important when we conduct these type of activities, that too in virtual classroom. Motivation is a factor which is required for all the kids. So obviously, as a teacher, we also require motivation, and we have to motivate our kids as well to make them to study and to make them to understand all the concepts. So being in a virtual class, we know that there is some difficulty the students are feeling, whether, and as the teachers we get stressed because the students are understanding or not. So many difficulties we are having, but still these type of tricks which you, if you follow in your class, definitely you can see the learners becoming more attentive and more interested. This is how you can engage your students in your class, and happy learning. Thank you.